No, it's just cold some bitch out there.
Recording in progress.
In
Isaiah,
progress.
Isaiah, we're gonna. I mean, it's just me and you today. So Isaiah
Yes, sir.
texts the group and he says, "I want to talk some UFCs." And I said, "I want to talk some UFCs too." And what better time to talk some UFCs before the entire country basically is about to get hit with an ice/snowstorm of epic proportion? I heard they named the storm, but whatever, right? There's a UFC 324 coming up on Saturday, and Isaiah thought it would be cool to talk about the top 50, but we're going to break that down and talk about the pound for pound and then go through the divisions and talk about the rankings and see if they got it right. So if
Yes, sir.
that's what we doing. So Isaiah,
Let's get into it, man.
let's get into it.
So first comes first. Okay, I think I was inspired by this because I saw ESPN post a top 50 fighter list in the midst of 324 to start.
And
So
also keep in mind Isaiah is on that Paramount push right now, so
yes,
he
sir.
breathing
Let's
UFC
go.
and because
I don't.
football over,
Yeah.
breathe.
Here's the thing. I think people need to recognize something. And I've watched. This is for the first time I think since I've become a more than a casual fan. Their push for people to watch because the pay per view structure is gone is the biggest thing that we need to look forward to. DC was even talking about this is a new era for the sport. So when you hear things like that, the amount of fights that they're first of all to start, you got 324, and then the next weekend you got 325, which is a rarity. People don't even realize that they're back to back weekends in Vegas. Title fights. That's how you start off with a bang. Even though Kayla Harrison had to get off the juice and she can't fight Amanda Nunez, we got to wait a little bit longer, but that's fine. So basically, get up, get loud. For the first time ever, though, I'm actually watching pre-fight coverage in detail, pre-fight analysis, weigh-ins, all that stuff.
Oh, you had never
I've never
been on like you hadn't been on that kick? Bro, I've been doing that
no
since the old
look.
school UFC days because that was
Well,
the because it was like the UFC did they took this from WWE or really pro wrestling, but it's like
yeah,
before the fight, before the match, you have to give everybody that reminder. So you remember like the late 90s or whatever, whenever the
hmm
boy rock bands was coming out and was it Limp Bizkit or something my way?
hmm
And it's like the Stone Cold
yeah,
and the Rock. Just yeah. But all that stuff. That's what the UFC does a good job of. So I've always loved watching it, and it gives you a peek into who the fighters are, what like how their training is going, what they're fighting for, and what their plans are. And then it's like a good cut scene before they start walking off. So like watching them more in depth and getting the detail and all that stuff, bro. It's the people are just now flocking to the UFC and I think it's great, but it's like I personally think that the UFC is still getting better, but they're still doing majority of the same shit that they've been doing. The
yeah.
quality of it is just so much better, and because of
I'm
the
in.
amount of fighters they have, they can put out so many great fuck. It's
Yeah, the
shout out Dana.
volume. Yeah, Dana said that they got around 1,000 fighters signed to them right now, which is
It's
I,
wild.
what other? I mean, outside of football, right? Not even basketball has a total of 1,000 people between the teams and maybe even the G League teams. So that much talent coming in and out of the organization back to back to back, pushing fights. The fact that they switched from ESPN is owned by Disney, they have the money to back it, but with Paramount, the production of a founding father of a TV network like CBS on Paramount Plus is they got that fuck you money basically. So they're going to be able to put a lot more into this and make
It's
the production even better because even though ESPN kind of treats, you know, certain things that they broadcast, like they know they're moneymakers. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA basketball, then baseball to a degree. Every other thing kind of just gets like a soft mention. You know what I mean? They'll have some coverage on it. They'll talk about it in tennis. Internationally, it's tennis. With this, I feel like it's going to put the sport in a different stratosphere to where you're going to be able to see wall to wall stuff, betting odds stuff that like you've never seen before. Because I even watched that like 2 days ago, just betting odds on every single fight that CBS is covering. I mean, we're in a good spot. Can't be more excited for how this shit's gonna turn out. Wall to wall, I'm watching this shit from start to finish because with this snow, bro, I ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I was about to say I'm gonna be tuned in too, so I'll be blowing your phone up as I'm watching because it's just gonna be dope. Like you said, it is a new era, but it's also like a new beginning. This is like what that this is what like boomers grew up and they were hyped for, like coming home or on a weekend, watching Mike Tyson knock somebody's face into oblivion, watching Muhammad Ali jab somebody until they just fall asleep. Those are the fights and those are the networks that were covering it back in the day. And it wasn't like they
Yep.
disappeared. It's just it's hard to sell it at that point. People had stopped watching fights up until the UFC had started blowing up. And boxing is still around, but it needed like a revival. And it
Mm-hmm.
honestly took Dana to be able to come through and get people to just say, you know what? What's gonna drive the numbers up isn't us having a big dog and saying, we this is our champion, whatever, we're just not gonna fight you because we're not gonna come to terms. No, just fight. Like that it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy that it took that many people for to think about what can we do to improve boxing from the time that Lennox Lewis basically knocked Mike Tyson out until honestly, after Floyd left, there that was it. Like
It
that
was kind
was
of
it.
up in the air
Yeah, like no,
until there was
Canelo is a
some
big
buzz.
like
Yeah, there was
Canelo's a
some
big
buzz around
star,
Canelo.
but it was like it wasn't enough, and it was like every time, even with Canelo and even with like Anthony Joshua and none of them fought
And
each other.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just like okay, that's cool, but every weekend we're watching it, and we're watching the UFC, and you have guys like Ariel Helwani who continue to say things like, "Oh, well, yeah, they're the UFC, they're the biggest, but it doesn't mean they're the best." They are. They're running
By
through the
far.
most. They're running through the most challenging to even get there. This is WWE. It's no shame at AEW. AEW
Yeah.
has very good product, but their product does not compare to the WWE. Could it get there at one point? It could, but I'm talking
It's
about
like
right now.
PFL. It's
Yeah,
like PFL to UFC. It's like
yes.
what Bellator was to UFC. There's a competitor. There's somebody there. There's somebody. There's an organization that has that talent. But there's the top dog, and then there's everybody else. And right now, top dog is making sure that they stay that way for a while, especially with the card that they built to start with, and the cards that they at least have booked some fighters on going forward. Like, could be more hyped up right now.
Yeah, and I also need people to understand something. When we go through this pound for pound stuff and this rankings, these are our opinions. Don't get mad at us for giving our opinion, bro. Get mad at yourself for not having the same opinion.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm seeing right now. The number one name on the pound for pound list, Islam Makhachev. Do you think that they got it right, or do you think that Islam should have slid?
There's no reason for him to slip at the moment. So, I mean, in my honest opinion, pound for pound, it's there. I mean, the only thing that could make him fall off is if they ever make the fight between him and Ilya, but Ilya's got to move up, which he was intending to do before he's now going through a shitty divorce. So, I mean, if they make that fight sometime in the summer, that might for fans that might be the premier event of the summer because Ilya's already came out and said that he is not going to fight for the first half of the year. So basically, on the heels of the White House card, if it happens, we're looking at some form if they're able to make that happen. If they don't, that's the only way that Islam falls off. He a thousand
Pause, pause,
percent
pause, pause.
deserves to be.
I don't even think they run it then though, because I think Ilya has to come back and fight the winner of tomorrow.
Of this
Like
fight. Yeah.
I think he's Ilya and Islam. They can't fight until if Islam comes back, or if Ilya comes back in the summer, maybe by the
Yeah.
end of the year. I think they could.
Hmm.
But anything other than
Yeah,
that,
like
bro,
a
I think
November thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna have to be something like that, which would make sense because Islam will probably fight twice this year, maybe
Yep.
three times. It depends. Um, I don't know if he has anybody scheduled right now. But if he doesn't, then
No.
he's probably fighting twice. So yeah.
Yeah.
After Islam, obviously it has Ilya at two. How do you feel about Ilya at two?
I respectfully, he's top three, but I don't think he's two. And the only reason why I say that is because I don't feel like they rushed him in the rankings. But yes, there's a dude that is behind him and another guy that should be up there because even though he's took some L's in the UFC, he bounces back every single time. And in heavier weight classes, moving up weight classes, doing the same thing that Ilya did, and being one of probably the most feared fighter, pound for pound, feared fighter in the rankings right now. I think it was a little premature to put Ilya there because, yeah, he moved up quick, he dominated quick, but it's a what are you going to do for me lately? So I think by the time he fights again, he'll drop. I think at the moment when they made it, it made sense, so to speak, because I don't think Pereira had fought. Um, I don't think he had ran it back yet with Magomed Ankalaev, so it makes sense. But I I get
Nah, I'm going Alex Pereira at two. The Tracy Cortez Slayer, apparently. I see
a
you,
2 week long
Peloton.
relationship.
Nah, bro, they hiding that shit. That's still going on. I promise you. Just give it time. Just give it time, like Novocaine. Uh, Three, Hamzat is at three. Um, I would have Ilya at three, and I'd have Hamzat coming
Yeah,
right behind him. I like
at
Hamzat. He just
4.
fights
Yeah,
once a year,
yeah.
and there's
Once a
out.
year, cardio has always been a question with
The
him.
only thing that he does that I've seen
Making
him just
weight.
dominate is just wrestling and like just holding you. I don't
Yeah,
see him as aggressive as an Islam. I don't see him as aggressive as like a Marab. I don't see him as
yeah.
aggressive as none of those guys. So it is a
Ilya either. Yeah,
yeah, it's
no.
a very it's not going to produce any great fights, but I get it. He's just that
Yeah,
strong that nobody can get up, so it's a technique and I get it. It's just bro, I want to see you have this dude pinned down.
yeah.
Just
It's a
mount him
snoozer.
and yeah, just throw some elbows or something, bro.
I
Like
will say the way that he dominated Drinkus was indicative of just pure like he easily had 2 10-8 rounds in my opinion with that fight. It might not have been sexy for the sport so to speak, but absolutely dominated Drinkus whenever they fought. Outside, I mean, next you got Volk. That's there. It makes sense. It makes
yeah.
sense. But I
Yeah.
watched you get knocked out twice and then come back and win the belt.
Yeah.
So
And your
but
division kind of got cleaned out when because
yes,
Ilya left and then Max left right after. So it's
hmm
like it's
you
it's
didn't really
him.
have an opportunity to
Well, it's just kind of the only people there to challenge him is like Brian Ortega, Diego
beat him
Lopez,
up, beat
Josh
him.
Emmett. He's beat him
Hadn't
up.
fought. Yeah, he
No, I
beat
think
Josh
yeah, I'm
Emmett
pretty
back
sure
in
he
the day.
beat Josh Emmett up. I mean, they could try to bring Korean Zombie back, and he would get beat up too. And it's just, I know there's
I don't
probably
even
some
want to see
young
that.
guys. There's some young
Yeah.
guys that can move up. I would honestly, I would love to see Sean O'Malley move up. I,
Oh,
I think
see,
he
I
needs
would
to.
be worried. I would be
For
worried
who?
if he were to. I would be worried if he moved up for the simple fact, if he moves up, right?
Yeah,
If he goes into featherweight,
yeah, the featherweight. It's 10 pounds.
I know it's 10 pounds, man, but I'm just looking at. I think Diego Lopez mops his ass up. I haven't even seen the number one ranked fighter in featherweight fight yet. Mavzar Evlov. I haven't even seen him fight yet, and
you
he's number
probably
one.
have. You just don't know who. Like, don't
Yeah,
remember who
he's
he
probably
fought.
on the undercard or something
Yeah,
like that. You know what I
he
mean?
beat Aljo his last fight. He beat Aljo. But
That makes
again,
sense. But
Aljo came up from there, and he's done well at the,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And
he's
I mean, Sean did just walk through Aljo, so I think Sean would be fine. I think Sean is good enough, and I think it
mhm.
leads to some bangers. But I think there are some guys that he needs to avoid as a featherweight. Like,
Oh yeah,
I don't think Corey, or I don't think Sean needs to go fight like Yair Rodriguez. I think
no, I
yeah,
think Sean.
that's a dangerous fight. That's a dangerous
Yeah,
fight,
I think
dog.
he'd beat the shit out of him.
Especially if you catch Jair on like on dog.
Yeah, if he's bro,
Nah.
if yeah,
When
if he's
yeah,
on, man, that's next level.
yeah.
I mean, cause I'm just looking at that division, right? I'm looking at Emmett. I'm looking at John Silva is
10.
probably yeah, and he's 10 right now, and he's probably one of those dudes that one, he's got power. Two, he's got great ground game. If he could get out of his head of doing dumbass mistakes in the octagon, I think they're gonna fast track the shit out of him. One, he's part of the fight nerds, so he's got a good backing. He's got a good team behind him. And what I saw that man do to Bryce Mitchell, it's going. I think it's scary. I think he's putting himself in a position. If he wins tomorrow night, I think they fast track him to at least a number one contender spot, probably by the summer. Probably. But to stay on track with the pound for pound, Piotr Jan, I kind of don't agree with that. I don't like the
Nah,
fact
give
that
it up
he's a
for my
buff.
dog. Give it up for my dog.
He came out the trenches, bro. He's
He brought it out the mud. Everybody thought he was done, but he not. He back. He back where he belongs. That's his division. Fuck what y'all talking about.
it took him 2 years to win the belt back, which is
Had to
crazy.
find them right steroids.
You know, man, his boxing is so good, man. And he's a true like wrestler. He's got great boxing, and what he did to Barab, it was kind of like I can wrestle too, bitch. Like
That's
we
what
could
I was,
boogie.
but that's what I was expecting the first fight because I was like, he's a world class sambo wrestler, so it's not like
Mm,
he's mud. He's
yeah,
really like that, and so I'm like, I expected it. None of it. He just got
no,
ragdolled, and then whenever he said his wrist was hurt, I was like, bro, that just sounds like an excuse. And
no,
I understand his frustration after the Sean fight because I still will go down saying that he won that fight.
yeah,
I get what everybody's saying. Like, nah, it's they, oh, but Sean dropped him, and then he came back and dropped Sean. Like, let's stop this bullshit.
yeah.
But
That's a wash at
yeah,
that point.
but like the way that you judge Marab fights, if you judge Pure's fights like that, it's similar. But especially
Yeah,
that one. But yeah, it's wild. But that's
them
a
being
dog.
right next to each other is that's cool, you know.
Yeah, because it's you
But
just flip flop.
yeah,
If
but
Marab won or
before,
whatever, yeah,
hmm but before they fought, you know, Marab was being talked about as the most dominant champion in that division.
you're
The all that,
stick with me, my dog. Those are the same conversations they were having about Piotr Jan until he just need Aljo in the face.
but Aljo was the champ at the time.
No,
That's
no,
what's
no. He
crazy.
Piotr was the champ. He lost the
Oh
championship when he need Aljo in
yeah,
the face. They
oh
fought
yeah,
again. He was just I don't know what was wrong with him that night, but I know
yeah.
that
It
did
just
not
seemed
just look yeah.
off.
And then he even
Yeah.
came I mean he did that shit where he was just in a shell and he was just
hmm
losing rounds because Aljo was taking him down. But Aljo wasn't beating him up. He just Aljo took him down and his plan was
Backpacked him.
yeah, he just backpacked him real quick and then he would just sit on his back the rest of the round. There was nothing else
hmm
happening. The fourth and fifth round, Piotr put it on him. He was putting it on him.
Yeah, but
So
he was already
yeah,
down
he
three
was
rounds
down
by
to
that point.
yeah. So I looked at that and was like, I think he's the better fighter. Aljo just caught him slipping afterwards. But
Do you?
I think if he doesn't knee Aljo, he finishes
Yeah.
that ass whooping, and then
hmm
on to the
Yeah, because he
next.
was beating the shit out of Aljo in that
Yeah.
fight.
So
That
on to the
like
next.
everybody knew. I will say, you know, for I mean, on to the next. Aspinall being where he's at. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. Not hating on Aspinall because he's been consistent in that division, but I hate that the last fight ended that way because let's be real, he was getting his ass kicked. He was putting them things on him, and the eye poke ended the fight, and I hate that because in my opinion, my humble opinion, Cyril Gahn figured him out. Cyril Gahn was
Stand on it.
kickboxing. Yeah, well, he was kickboxing a brawler because that's basically what Aspinall is. He's got crazy power. He's got great speed for the division.
He's got great footwork. He's able to get in
Yeah,
real quick into the spots that he needs to get to set up his punches. That's
exactly.
that's what it was. And as soon as he would engage, Cyril would get out.
Yep.
Cyril's a hard matchup for everybody in the heavyweight division. The only reason John Jones did what he did to him is because there's not very many wrestlers at the heavyweight division like John Jones.
Yeah,
That's
to
what
be honest with you,
DC
too,
did the same thing.
and to be
Because
honest too, there was something like it's hard to judge Cyril Gahn as a heavyweight at the moment because his athleticism is so much different for that division, but at the same time, in the big fights that you are wanting this dude to like, hey, I'm next, he fucking folds. Like I think he was scared to fight John Jones. I will tell you that 1,000%.
that
He just
aura,
looked
baby.
he just looked off, man. He just
But
but
I think the reason though is because John is the only person at that division that gives him some of the same challenges that he like has
that
that
he puts
length,
on
that
people,
length,
yeah,
the footwork, the ability to fight from the outside. Nobody at the heavyweight division really does it like John. And then
no,
also when you do engage, because he does have similar tools, you're playing right into John's tool bag. So,
yep,
and it was the plan was simple. Once he got poked in the eye, because I mean, let's be real, Cyril was he hit John with a couple of nice shots, and
yeah,
then John got poked in the eye or something, or he got kicked in the nuts, and then
yep.
he said, "All right, bro," and
I'm gonna have to take
he
you down.
he went to kick. John engaged, pushed him back up against the fence, and it was over with. It was so
Yeah,
fast that DC was like, "I don't even know what he got him with." Yeah, I
yeah.
don't either. I just
He
seen that
literally
I seen he just
just
let
front
go of
choked
him.
him, and then you just this is
Yeah.
how light he tapped. He was like,
Yeah, I didn't even see him
ah!
tap. I just seen John stand up, and it was so crazy that I was like, this shit's staged. And then whenever you see the angle, you see he had him cranked.
He
My homies,
he had it dug
bro
all the
was
way in,
a
bro.
in. He was an in.
Yeah,
There was no airflow, and yeah, he went to sleep. So he tapped too, but I mean, he went to sleep. I was just
yeah.
like, damn, that's crazy. But I think
I
that's
think
what it is. Because Cyril
hmm
Gahn too, if you think back, Francis, who had been starching everybody, Cyril was putting them fucking paws on him. And so much so that Francis was like, come here, brother. Come here.
yeah,
I need to
yeah,
we're wrestling. I'm not
yeah.
a wrestler, but here's a wrestling.
I now have to tackle you.
I have
I'm
to
tired
I
of
have to
this. I am tired of this. We're going to the ground. I I like I said,
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
you do jujitsu. Have you seen that video of that dude?
No,
He's
no.
there's like it's like a dude. He's standing outside of a restaurant, and this dude is like messing with him, and he goes, dude says something to him. He's like, "Don't touch me." He said, "You do jujitsu?" Like that's the very first thing that came out of that dude's mouth. He's like, "You don't do jujitsu," and then he shows his phone of him like in his gi with the black belt on. He said, "You don't do jujitsu like me." And then the video. Anyways, Pantoja, perfect spot in the pound for pound. Max Holloway, perfect spot in the pound for pound.
I agree.
Joshua Van, I love the fact that he's in it now. Let's see what he does
Hmm.
because he's very exciting. Not really came out of nowhere. He had some fights early on whenever he joined the organization that he was a little iffy, but He was able to rise from the ranks. Very exciting dude in that division. Crazy speed and power in that division. Let's see what he does. Magomed, all right. Is all right.
On Joshua Van, well, I try to eat my ice with Joshua Van. He has a chance to develop on his next couple of fights
Exactly.
and become more of a champion before he gets to fight Pantoja again. I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
for that fight. I hope he develops.
You know who I can see low key sneaking in there? Because I want to see if this fight will happen. Shavkat needs to fight Ian Gary. That's the only fight
Again?
that makes. That's the only fight that makes sense. I want Shavkat to just fight again, Marlon, and he hasn't done it.
Oh, I agree.
Because
I think he is
because
so good.
if he fights, he is easily top 10 in the pound for pound. This man hasn't fought in almost 2 years.
What? That's welterweight now, right? Who's the champ there? I
Yeah,
forgot.
welter. It's Islam.
Oh,
Yeah, he
ooh.
beat he beat JDM. So
I forgot.
remember he
Yeah,
moved up. Yeah.
that would be. I would be interested, but I do think Islam. I think Islam beats Shavkat, and I like Shavkat. I just think Shavkat is very. He gets exposed early. He's
Yes.
usually he'll get taken down, get held down, and then he'll come off the stool and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
against Islam, if you start slow, Islam is not the guy to start slow against. You got to
No.
start fast against Islam. If you start slow, he's miles ahead of you before you even think about catching up.
Exactly. See, and that's the thing too. I think it would be a perfect setup because if Ian, okay, so Ian Gary, I'm not calling him by that stupid middle name. That's dumb. I'm not doing that.
Oh, damn. Are you Colby Covington now?
No, I'm not. I'm
Damn.
not. Well, I'm not saying the middle name is stupid. I just think
That's
it's weird
exactly
that he
what you
does that.
said.
No, I take that back. He could
All
fuck
right,
me
bet.
up. I'm sorry,
All right.
but
Man,
that's
what
the
a
only fight
jumpy.
that
What you
makes.
talking about?
Well,
What you
that's the only
talking about?
fight. That's the only fight to me that makes sense, right? If Shavkat gets healthy, right? He hasn't fought since December of 2024. So a year and a half. If they make a fight, run it
How
back. Ian
how
Machado.
about
Ian
how
Machado's
nah, how
came
about
up.
how about you just give Ian Machado the title shot? I feel like he's earned it. He fought Shavkat. He lost a close
Mhm.
matchup. I think he fought him on short notice.
I think
Reward
so
him.
too. Yeah.
Reward him, right? Give Shavkat Jack Della Maddalena. Give him immediately. That's a former champion. That lets us
Yeah,
know if you have any ring rust or not. Are you ready?
that's true. Yeah,
And if he gets through that, give him the winner. But he has to have a fight in between before he fights for the title.
because I think Ian Machado Gary could very easily be in the pound for pound ahead of JDM and maybe ahead of Armin.
I agree. Yeah.
Just
I
just depending on how it goes.
Shavkat reminds me of John Fitch, which is an old
Ooh,
name, dog. John
ooh,
Fitch
that's
was in
just in
like
the
the
archives.
yeah. So John Fitch, it took him a while. He got a title shot against GSP.
Hmm.
And there's a great clip you can find on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram Reels. You just got to type it in. George St. Pierre hits him with a straight right, and dog flies back like he got punched by Superman. And the rest of the fight was kind of boring. He just kind of got grappled, wrestle fucked. But John Fitch was a really good welterweight, and he beat just about everybody. And it took forever for him to get title shots because he never fought.
He
He
never
never
fights.
fought.
I
He was
hate
hurt
it,
all
bro.
the time, bro. Rib
19 and
injury.
0.
Yeah.
19 and 0. Man hasn't lost. Beats everybody. And we can't get him in the octagon.
Can't get
That
him in.
that's one of those, man. It's frustrating. And who rounds it out? Yeah.
Is it Armin?
JDM and Armin Sarukian.
I'm
I
fine
honestly
with
think,
it. I'm fine with it,
yeah,
but I mean, they could have put someone else. They could have put
yeah.
I I know it's cool to get off of him quick. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bilal should still be in the top 15.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, I definitely think that he should be in there.
And if not him, put
Just,
Kamaru Usman in there.
I mean, for Bilal, for the simple fact that this dude won what 12 fights in a row, got the
Yeah.
belt, and then really just JDM in that fight. There's something called a flow state. Okay, boy was in the flow state.
Yeah, bro. If you
All
watch
right, he
anime, it's
was
called
piecing.
Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, he was piecing his ass up, and there was nothing that Bilal could do. Yeah, he was just.
When you get bored and you start shadow boxing and you
Yeah.
just yeah.
That's all he was doing. I mean, yeah, I kind of like that idea of putting Bilal back in there. There's, I honestly, that's the only one that makes sense because I'm looking at everybody else spread out throughout the top 15 in all the other divisions. I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I really don't see who could justify being, somewhere at the bottom of the top 15 pound for pound. I really want to see who Dricus fights next
Ooh,
because that's one of
ooh.
those ones where
Well,
if
let's
he
start
could,
with that division since we're already talking about
okay,
them, because
all
that's
right.
I mean it's perfect to talk about. Let me see.
So so we
Let
got
me see.
Kamzat
Okay,
as the
so
champ.
I mean,
Dricus
just
was number
for the
one.
hell of it,
Give him the
run it
next
back
one.
with Sean Strickland. When Sean comes off that suspension, just run it back.
I think Sean's already fighting. I think he's on a when is it?
Is he fighting
Yeah,
Anthony
he's
Hernandez?
on a fight night, February 21st. That's his fight
I
night.
will be tuned in because I think
Yeah,
Anthony
because
Hernandez
Anthony
is going to try to hurt
Hernandez
him.
is he coming up,
Yeah, yeah. Sean
coming
is
up
a very
quick.
good boxer. Sean is a very good point fighter. Sean is
Yeah,
not near as exciting as Sean thinks he is. His
that's
most
okay.
exciting moment is dropping Israel because
Yes,
nobody besides Alex was doing that.
yep.
But I just think he ran into a gassed out Izzy on the way out. If
Yeah,
I'm being real, no
and especially
disrespect, but
for Izzy, man, like he had been going and going and going for about at that time. What would you say about 4 years straight, fighting 2 to 3 times a year?
I'd say like 4 or 5 because, bro, there was a point where I'd given up on the UFC and not like fully given up on it, but I wasn't watching unless it was like
Yeah,
Connor and Max. And there was a point in time where I forgot my whole point. My fault.
you'd given up. You basically Izzy kind of kept the
Oh,
sport going. Is that what
like
you were trying to say?
he took it over whenever there was no big stars because John wasn't
Yeah,
fighting that much. It was like it was time. Connor had even taken a step back because he had made some
yeah,
money, or
yep.
it was before even Habib, and so
Hmm.
it was it was like the one thing that like Joe Rogan started saying is like this style bender guy. I
I like
and
it,
you could
man.
hear his name like he just everyone started talking about him, and then he started getting more like popular, and then when he
Hmm.
started like doing his dances before, bro, he took off. So I'm gonna
Yep.
say like 4 to 5 years,
Hmm.
and he was just on top of the world. He was
I
the
would say
biggest star in
yeah,
the
from
UFC.
about 18 to really 22 or 23.
I say
Yeah,
around
whenever.
23. 23. That when we
Yeah,
had
when
the
he.
old pod and we was talking about it, and that's whenever I really think he was on his way out. Because I think around
Yeah,
like 22, 21, 22 is whenever he clipped um homeboy.
that's yeah.
Holocaustic.
Yeah, whenever he did that, and then when he lost to Pereira the first time, uh, people were kind of like, I mean, damn, man, it's fall for great. Really, the one that got me was whenever he knocked out Pereira. I was like, oh shit, like, but I feel like those years, like you said, he was gassed out. That's the one. That was his white whale. That was the one dude he wanted to beat before it was all said and done, and he did it. So by the time he tried to build up the fight against Dricus was very fresh, very active. not really fighting. I think Drickus was fighting like twice a year, but it was like 6 months in between it. So he had his training camp was
Well,
better.
not to cut you off, but at that point,
Yeah,
Drakus was like the best because he was fighting like Izzy was on the way up. That's how I
yeah,
knew that DDP was going to be Izzy, is because I was like, this dude is fighting like Izzy on the way up, and Izzy
hmm
just came out of a war. Like it
yeah.
took it took a lot for him to get ready for Alex. So even after he won, I was like, bro, people just waiting. This is
I
like
would. He could have walked away after he beat Alex, but
he
like, just
should
somebody else take
have,
the bet.
because I mean, honestly, that was the Ali beating Frazier, Ali
Yeah.
beating Foreman. Like after that, you're just doing it for a check. There was no
Yeah,
you're
because I think
chasing. You're not even chasing it because you know you can't top it. When you go to the
yeah,
gym in
because
the mornings, dog, you know your body is heavier, and it just that was the moment of his like it does not get much. There was nothing that he could do in the sport
you got
outside
to
of
think
that.
he's lost three in a row. So his next fight, it's like if he loses his next fight, he's probably like, man, I ain't trying to end up like Anderson. I just need to
Well, and even like
get a
that,
walk
like
away.
Anderson's lucky that he would like social media wasn't as crazy as it was when he started, but it started taking
Uh-huh.
off when he started taking off,
Yeah.
and like diehard UFC fans, everybody knew who Anderson was, but like, bro, Izzy was he came in and social media was like on his, but
Yeah.
I think after he knocked out Alex, there's nothing else, dog. That's like just
It's like
imagine
Jordan, man.
it's
It's
it
just
is. It's
I've
just
done
like there's
everything that I can.
yeah, and then it just gets harder to train. Like imagine
You know,
imagine if DC would have beat John Jones that second fight. That was it. There's
yeah,
nothing
he
else. There's
still would
nothing
have walked
else. Like
away then.
yeah, even if DC would have beat Stipe and still won the heavyweight championship and was a double champ, I guarantee you that he would have been like, my most
I'm out.
proud night was whenever I beat John Jones. Damn it.
I don't give a fuck about this
Yeah,
fight. I
yeah.
still beat
I,
John
I I
Jones. Fuck
love
all
it. I
y'all.
love it, and it's on my list, but it's not number one.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
and yeah,
going through the rest of that division, I think Izzy's next fight is against Brendan Allen. I think
see, I don't know the
if I
matchups, but if that sounds like a banger, the thing that makes it exciting is because it's Izzy
no
for
Joe
one.
Pfeiffer, Joe
Okay.
Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah. Okay. So 15th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Izzy loses this one, bro, just for me, just be done. Okay.
Yeah. You
I
know.
can't watch you lose four in a row, bro.
Oh,
Because
he's
at
he,
that
he's
point, they're
one
looking
win
at
away.
like,
He's one win away from getting a title shot too, to get wrestle fucked.
yeah. I mean, honestly, if he beats Joe Pfeiffer, Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez are probably going to get pushed to fight the winner of if
They
if
might have to fight
Nasruddin fights
Drinkus.
Drinkus. Yeah, if
Yeah.
Drinkus fights Nasruddin, that would be the one.
Nasser Dean could fight Hamzat, and they'll sell that fight and do it over, and they'll do it on Fight Island or whatever, and
Yeah,
uh, and it'll sell over there. But I mean, I think Dricus
but
can fight
yeah, but
Sean or
they got to
Anthony.
make a fight because he hadn't fought since August,
Who Hamzat?
and no Drinkus,
Oh,
and nothing's on the books for him at least
what if
until
so? If Dricus ain't fought
April.
since then, Hamzat ain't fought since then.
Yeah, Hamza's not gonna fight. Who fight?
He
They gotta
got
find
to. He
somebody
got
to
to.
fight him.
He got to defend. Everybody want to fight him. Shit, it's a champ. We trying to win this money.
I mean, it really depends on if they run it back. Because Drinkus has that right, does he not?
It depends. They give it to some
Yeah.
people. They don't always do it. I think
Yeah.
because Hamza's been talking that he's been talking to Alex, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah. Hey,
take my
brother.
money, dog.
Yeah. Brother.
That's
Not yet, brother.
that's one of them. I'm telling you, I don't have it for every. I don't have the social media meter to link for every UFC card, but I would
Yeah.
damn sure I had some juice for that one. That's one
hmm
of them bangers. But so who else is in that division? I mean, it's the middleweight division. It just
So,
feels like a lot of
yeah,
guys
you got
that's
Brendan
older.
Allen, Lasagna, Cal Borrallo, Rene DeRitter, Robert Whitaker, Jared
Hey,
Cannonier,
hey.
Michael Venom Page is in it. He moved up, baby.
I know, but fuck all that. Reiner DeRitter, I
What
he needs to work on
he
his
would
gas tank.
Yeah, when he beat the shit out of Bo Nickel, I was like, I like this guy.
Did you watch him fight Robert Whitaker?
Yeah,
Dog.
he's a dog.
That's a banger. Bob, I don't who I forgot who won that fight. I can't remember because it was such a good fight. But I
Let
don't
me
know
see.
if Rob ended up winning that fight because it was on like a
No, he
fight night.
won.
Who
No,
Robert?
DeRitter won.
Okay,
DeRitter won.
and then
That
DeRitter
was
fought. Who did he just lose to?
he lost to Brendan Allen
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's
in
right.
October.
Yeah, and Brendan Allen
Was
humbled
it
him.
let's see. I mean it was TKO. Yeah, it was TKO.
Humble,
And but it was a split decision against Robert Whitaker and then
bro.
he
That was
knocked.
I'm telling you, but he came out quick early on Bobby Knuckles, and then Bobby
Yeah.
put the.
You know how he comes through
Yeah,
with that fucking
you could. I loved it because it was there was some point in like the second round where he bit down on his mouthpiece and was like, "Well, my if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go
I'm
out
gonna
my
go
way,
out
man."
swinging. I'm gonna go out swinging. Man, I mean, overall, that division it has potential. I'm wanting to see, because MVP was toying with Cannonier, and I feel bad for Cannonier because he's been such a middle of the pack guy in that division. He stayed in the rankings for like 5 years, bro, and he's just not making any headway. So if you look at MVP, he lost in I think a weird unanimous decision to Ian Machado Gary, then moved up. He beat Shara Bullet in his decision, and then he beat Cannonier. So who do you match him with next? Who's the next guy that could fight MVP?
Um, I
It would
mean,
have to be Renee, Bobby Knuckles, or Brendan Allen. I don't want him to fight Izzy.
I
Okay,
think
that's too much black on black crime.
I think
I don't want that.
if Anthony Hernandez or Brendan Allen and Sean Strickland, I think
Yeah.
I think if Brendan Allen can get by Sean Strickland, I think if Strickland's coming off a loss, you just give him MVP to see.
No, my bad. Strickland's fighting Hernandez.
Okay.
Brendan Allen isn't on the. I don't think he's on the
Either
books
way,
for
okay.
anybody.
So if Anthony Hernandez knocks Sean Strickland out, which he's very capable of,
Yes,
I think Strickland would end up fighting him as like a rebound fight. I think he would
I
fight
can see that.
MVP. Yeah, because they're
I can
both
see
going to
that.
stand up. The only issue I have with making that fight though, Sean Strickland seems like more of a fight night fighter.
Yeah, he's not main card energy the way that he used to, because his antics are very. He reminds me of like that guy that you went to high school with. That's just batshit crazy, but sometimes he's cool to be around. But you just have no idea what this guy's gonna say.
Yeah,
But he's fucking crazy. So
yeah,
you're like, I mean, I fuck with, Sean, but man, sometimes I can't be around Sean. He's a little wild.
yeah.
He's that type of guy. I just think he hasn't obviously he's an MMA fighter, so I'm not taking away anything from that regard. However, he hasn't worked on his ground game enough to feel like a good polished overall fighter. He's a brawler. He can scrap. Great boxing. Weird stance, throws people off, but
Philly
he's just
shell,
like
baby, Philly shell. Was it's
roll it. I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
weave. So yeah, like that's him. I think he's a really good fighter. I don't think it's the ground. It's just he's a point fighter. Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna go out and finish people. Like he'll if you push him to the point where he has to stand and bang, he'll stand and bang.
He will. Yeah, he will.
He's one of the first people in the UFC to actually say, you know what, I'm not finna grapple with you, Alex. Let's
Yeah.
see if you
I don't
really
give a
about it.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he
And he
woke up.
found out
Yeah, he found out. Right, the world found out because he war boy
pretty
howdy.
quick. Yeah. Pretty quick.
I ain't never seen a dude tap the ground 3 times as he's trying to get up. He hit him that hard, but like, yeah, and then just and he stiffed up. Pause, but
Uh,
he's I I don't know if he could crack the code of MVP, but I would like to see it because he does have that weird high guard. He's quick. He has good reflexes, and he has a good jab. And if he can
yeah.
catch MVP entering, It would be a good chess match to watch, I think.
Yeah, I think so too because MVP stands. He has a karate stance just from his time in kickboxing. I also think that he will also point fight to a degree because he's got such good movement. His hands are always down. He's, you know what I mean? He doesn't let people get too close to him.
And
Except,
but that's what we used to say about Israel Adesanya.
yeah.
And Sean, he figured that puzzle out. Like, he was
Yeah.
one of the
Well, I
first
think
people to figure it out
well, you
outside of
want me to
Alex.
be honest with you, that's the one thing that Izzy's never liked if you watch him fight. He doesn't like people rushing him.
Yeah. He was
If
just
somebody
catching
puts a
gas on him,
lot,
dog. He was
yeah. Yeah, he it was all backing up.
weave.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he caught Poton. He was back against the fence, just it caught
He
him
hit
with
it
that
that first
one
time,
right
yeah.
on the temple.
That one when he seen Poton lean back, he was like, "Oh, I got him."
Bro, I've never seen it. It was like, you know, we've seen knockouts before where somebody just like instantly goes limp. His was like his body delayed. He went like he got hit, was like, and then fell. But to move on, divisions, light heavyweight. I don't think there's much that we need to talk about. Respectfully, unless John Jones moves down or
That shit ain't
Poatan moves
happening,
up.
bro. I
But
feel
Poatan
bad.
moves up because he's
I
gonna
feel
have to
bad.
fight Yuri Prohashka
Yeah.
again.
And the crazy thing is like with Alex, like what do you're Alex is essentially in that John Jones realm
What
where
are you gonna do?
you're waiting, you're legit waiting on the next class to catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing with John is John came through and he cleared the legends in the light heavyweight division. He cleared
Mm-hmm.
Rashad, he cleared Rampage, Leota, he cleared through all them boys. And he cleared
Mm-hmm.
them so fast, and he blew past his peers.
And then he
Which,
started doing cocaine and waiting on everybody to catch up
but
to him.
I guess that's what it was. But like when DC and Gustafson finally caught
So,
up, that
yeah,
boy was
he was he was geeked up by the
obviously
time he was fighting them.
that's Poetan is kind of in that same place, but he's just like making out with Tracy Cortez. He's not
Yeah.
really.
His
Hopefully, he's not.
activity,
Yeah,
yeah, his activity. He's always been hella focused on fighting. He's just enjoying what social media has. There's like a mystique around him because he don't speak no fucking English. So anytime he does anything like a video to like get more hype around him, there's just like a mystique about him. People love what he
respectfully,
does.
respectfully, I don't want to hear him speak English. No disrespect. I want him to,
Shama.
bro. I just want him to
That's all
just.
I want you to say.
Ah! That's it.
Chama.
Yeah, Chama. And then that's it. I don't care because it's like I've never. He's in. If you look at it through the right lens, Alex Pereira is the ultimate crash out because he can turn it
Yeah.
on and turn it off like that. He will
It's yes.
start you crazy, hit you with something that
I've never
I
seen
I
a dude
imagine you
that
remember
can
when
do
Triple H,
that.
yeah, you remember when Triple H used to pull out the sledgehammer?
Yeah.
I imagine getting hit by Alex is the same as
The
getting hit
left
by
hook is
just it's the
is the
same as
sledgehammer.
Triple H running at you with the sledgehammer. Like that is that's what it's like. I can imagine taking it to the jaw
Well,
boss.
like I mean, like you said, it was the perfect storm, right? You saw him in at least two separate fights that it was the snap of a finger, and he immediately beat the shit out of somebody. One, it was the incidental cup kick from Jamal Hill. He didn't like Jamal Hill was talking shit. Herb was like, "You good?" He was like, "Get the fuck away from me." And I've never seen somebody. The only time I've seen somebody kind of like do that and like seize was when Johnny Walker got knocked out and when Jamal Hill got knocked out like that. And then whenever he ran it back against Magomed on Goliath, no bullshit, just came straight out the gates and was like, "I gotta beat you up now." Snap of a finger, man. He ended that fight in a minute and 26 seconds.
I've never been more disappointed for it I was hyped because I remember I think it was me, you, and Cameron were texting, and I was like,
Hmm.
bro, this is crazy. Like this is gonna be hype because like I imagine if Alex can stand up, like he'll have some success, and maybe he outlasts Uncle Live until the end, and he catches him with something. I
Hmm.
wasn't imagining homie to come out and just dominate.
Yeah,
I was like,
immediately. He wasn't playing no games,
that was
and I
one of
think
them.
it was because Magomed was like, he ain't shit. I beat him. I can beat him again.
I
And
mean, I
Alex
get
kept
it.
saying,
I
I
get
was
it, bro.
hurt.
I get it.
Alex,
Uncle Live is like, no, bro, like that's you at your best regardless. That was you at
yeah.
your best. I beat you. And Alex is obviously like, nah, bro, I was hurt. And he's like, no, you're just making an excuse. Obviously, he was not making an excuse.
I think he
And
was hurt because he
yeah,
beat your ass.
I mean, he beat him so handedly. I'm curious, like, do you run that back?
I don't
It's 1-1
see.
right
I
now.
don't think so.
But it's 1-1 right now. What else do you do? Because Alex is, I mean, the Yuri one is what's happening, but like, bro, after that fight, I was like, when Yuri was super happy for Peloton,
Yeah.
and he's crying. I'm like, no, he's not crying because he's happy. He's crying because he's got to fight this nigga
Well,
again. He's like, bro, I'm tired of this shit.
I don't think you can run it back with Khalil. He's already beat Jan Blachowicz, hasn't he?
Yes, that's what
I
I'm saying.
mean,
Like, it's
he's beat
crazy.
Jamal Hill. I
Yes,
think
give him
let's
Dominic
go
Reyes. Let's go Johnny
give
Walker.
give him Dom or Johnny Walker. That I mean, to me, that I think that would be hilarious because
That's
if you look at
crazy.
Dominic Reyes getting another title fight after 6 years ago, given his everything, and they were like John Jones on the fight. Give him his due. Give him another shot.
That's a crazy take, and I agree with it 100%. I think that
That fight,
they can look back and say, no, I'm saying they can look back on it and say, hey, bro, maybe the judges were a little too harsh because you didn't do enough, but we do feel like you did enough to win, but you didn't. So we're gonna give you this
yeah.
one. Here's your going away present, right? and
Oh, oh, you almost won against John Jones. Here's Alex Pereira. Slow
God,
mo it.
God. Nah, he's
But
definitely in that conversation. And that conversation is like, oh, hey, I seen you just got a good win against Tommy Morrison. Here's prime Mike
Brian
Tyson.
McTyson. But I mean that division to me is pretty cleaned up. I mean, welterweight, we talked about welterweight, we talked about middleweight, lightweight. We got to see what Ilya does. I mean,
That division to me is crazy.
that is the most exciting division in the sport, in my opinion,
Oh, I agree.
because literally, I would arguably say 1 through 12. If they ever, they only fight each other 1 through 12, and that's only to get to see who could be the champ for 6 months
Maybe because I
when
think
Ilya comes back.
well, I think so. Like Benil Dariush, I think he's on his way out. Moicano
Yeah,
is a
he's
good
too
fighter.
old.
Fiziev is a good fighter. Benoit Saint Denis is a great fighter. Gamrot is a good
Mm-hmm.
fighter. Dan Hooker, Patty. I'm curious to see what Patty really is, which we're going to see tomorrow.
Yes.
Justin, if you're washed, well, not even washed. If you lose tomorrow, bro, it was a great career. Deuces. Like we just
Yeah.
Justin walked away. You got starched by Max. Like maybe that was your moment, just not in the
Mm-hmm.
good direction. And then
Yep.
like Oliveira and Max, obviously, I'm curious. I'm curious because I think that could be a banger. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious the growth because they fought at featherweight, and Max, I guess Max caught him with a body shot, and then it was like a rib
That
injury.
was whenever Oliveira would quit on fights back in the day.
Yeah, yes. So it's interesting to see he's morphed into a different fighter since the last time they fought. But
Yeah.
if look, I seen Ilya hit some dudes in featherweight. I seen him hit Max, and I, as a Max fan, I think it hit me harder because I'm a Max fan.
Yeah.
But what he hit Charles with, I he hit him so hard that Charles just like you could see his eyes shut off, and
Yeah.
he just and then he hit him again.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like
1-2'd him. He was dead on the first one.
in
Then you
in
caught him
the
again for
pocket.
good measure. Yeah. Then on his way down, thank God, the ref was like, "No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no
So
more. He's done."
yeah, Ilya has some crazy knockouts, but I'm very if Max if Max mows through Charles, like if he I watched Max fight Dustin Poirier twice at featherweight. And no, I watched him fight him once in featherweight, and then Max filled in one when Habib was out with an injury
Yeah.
for the interim title, and it was on
Mm.
short notice just to save the card. And Max, he didn't gain the weight the right way. He just kind of was like, I'm 145.
Yeah.
I'll get up to 155. It is what it is. Kind of it's kind of how Israel did when he fought
Yeah.
Yuri, and
Yeah.
Dustin was able to control him. What we just watched months ago, when Max hit Dustin the first time, I thought the fight was over. I he and
Yeah.
I'm like, Max?
Maximilian, or
Oh,
you got some
talk
power?
you talking about volume, Max?
Talk
Just
about
threw one
power?
straight down the pipe and
Best boxer in the UFC, Max
brother, for
Holloway.
real. So I'm very, very interested after Max's last two lightweight ventures with Justin
Yeah.
and then Dustin.
Hmm.
If he can follow that up with a great performance against Oliveira, brother, brother, sign me up.
But all right, being realistic, okay. Let's rein it in. Being realistic, Marlon.
Dog,
He
I'm what
if
I'm saying.
he beats Dubros, if he beats him, he Marlon. He's gonna have to fight him again.
Dog, I'm fine if he mows through Charles. If it's a
Yep.
war or he point fights him, I don't want to see it. But if he walks him down, if he walks him down,
If
I
he's
want
walking
to.
down, Max.
If he walks him down, if he walks him down, I promise I want to see it. Cause I like there was points in that first fight where I feel like Max was outboxing him.
He
He
was,
just
but bro,
was.
here's the thing. Damn
But
it.
I'm saying if he hits him with that same straight that he hit Dustin with, it's over.
Look, okay, what do you think really would have happened when Ilya made that small gesture at the beginning of the fight and was like, "Let's do it," and Max is like, "No, fuck you. We're gonna fight."
That's a smart business decision, dog. That's a smart business decision. I'm not saying
uh,
that Max is just going to stand and bang. I'm just saying I think Max at 155, some of those shots that he was landing on Ilya that had a little bit of an effect, maybe
yeah,
they have more of an effect on Max because he's big. He's way bigger at 155 than is
yeah,
at 145. Maybe
yeah.
those shots affect Ilya more.
Well, and that was
And
his what, third fight in that division?
yeah, and like I said, the first time that he had fought was against Dustin, and he just kind of just bumped up just to do it. And then
Mm-hmm.
just Justin, and he, and then
Yep.
Dustin, I'm telling you, the way
Beat
he
his
hit
ass.
Dustin, I told y'all when we were watching the fight, I was like, he gonna let him up and then beat him the rest of the fight because I was like, that was it. But he's like, this is his go out fight. I got you.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
I was
I'm gonna
trying
give
to
the people what
finish
they
him.
want.
I was like, bro, I get you. You a good dude, Max. You a real good dude.
But
You don't want to be
you
the
good
villain.
dude.
Yeah, you don't want to be the villain,
Yeah.
but
I mean, Armand probably okay. So depending on when Ilya fights again, Max and Charles will fight Armand to be the title contender against Ilya. Because right now, if Ilya doesn't fight by June, my guy, you gotta vacate. You're gonna vacate that one too. You have
Um,
to. You have to. That's too long. That's way too
yes,
long.
but there's been other times where they haven't made somebody vacate because that guy plans to come back. So technically, like realistically, the Conor
Mhm.
versus Habib fight, like no, they did strip him. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't fight, it look legitimately his last fight, he knocked out Charles June 20th of 2025. If he is not set to come back, and they know that he is not coming back for the first half of the year, he holds that lightweight belt you gotta have a interim fight
Well, at
because
that,
even if
no,
he
no, no,
plans to come back, they gotta book a fight.
no.
So we're still looking at
You're
October
you're
before he
you're a
fights
hundred
again.
you're 100% correct, and I think we're just looking at it the wrong way, dog. I just think Islam or Ilya when he comes back, instead of coming back and winning the lightweight championship, I think he comes
Mhm.
back and he chases Islam. He needs that bread, baby. He needs
So I
that
mean, if he
bread.
does
So,
that, then he's gonna vacate lightweight anyway.
well, that's what I'm saying is I think they may strip him or he vacates, and then he just kind of
Hmm.
chills for a while, and maybe he makes some tweets or some shit like that about,
Yeah,
oh, I see, I feel like I run through them
but
chumps, but he comes back and fights Islam.
a little side story, because we already have the interim title fight tomorrow. Paddy wants a unification. Unified the belts. He's not gonna fight for the first half of the year.
You're
His grappling
you're
shit.
you're right, but I feel like Iliad he wants to fight Islam more than he wants to fight Patty. And I could see him saying like, I don't want to fight Patty. I want to fight Islam first, and then I'll fight Patty.
When if that's the case, with this
That
fight
what?
happening tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
With this fight happening tomorrow, then if he does that, he's not gonna fight Islam until at least October. So I think legitimately, if that's the case, he vacates and then he fights the title holder back at lightweight around this time next year. In about a year from now, he
Yes,
does
and
that.
and if that's Patty, I think it makes that fight even bigger. I think it makes
Yes.
it huge because Patty will be the champ. They already have their little beef, and then he'll get a run at Islam. Even if he comes up short against Islam, bro, you're moving up 3 weight classes. Just
Hmm.
like you'll win people's respect, even if you don't win. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that you have no chance because I think hey,
I think
Ilya
he
got some
walks
things.
around. I think Ilya walks around at about welter. Probably.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Islam
he's
walks
short. He's
around
on the
like fucking
shorter side.
light heavyweight.
200. Yeah, he
Yeah,
walks around about 200.
yeah. That boy probably
So, I mean,
235.
I will say that might be that's 20 pounds difference. No, about 25 pounds from
Which one?
featherweight to welterweight.
Featherweight is
Or
45,
35.
55, 75, 70. My fault. So 15
Yeah.
there. So 25, yeah.
About 25. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, Marlon, Max beats Charles. Then probably the winner of that fight, if Ilya vacates, has to fight the winner of Gaethje
I
Pimblett.
don't think so because I think Gaethje, the winner of Gaethje Pimblett, has to fight Armin. I
That's a
think that
weird
I
spot,
think
bro.
that because I truly think that Ilya is he's going to vacate or he's going to get stripped,
And at
and
that point, where does that leave
that whoever
the
wins the
winner
interim,
of Holloway
whoever
Oliveira fight?
their BMF, whoever wins the title
Yeah.
fight tomorrow will then they'll be bumped from interim to undisputed, and then I think whoever that is fights Armin, and then whoever wins that may be the winner out of Max and Charles. Whoever they fight next, if it's the loser of Gaethje and Patty, which it won't be,
Mm-hmm.
which maybe because Gaethje said he wants that Max fight back. I'd like to see it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Um, but who knows?
I mean, basically, the top five is going to be gatekeeping that division for about another year and a half, because everybody below them, they got to get past them. And right now, we just came up with the hypothetical for the next year in 2 months. So shout out to 6 through 15. You probably ain't gonna get a spot for a minute. So keep chilling.
And
Uh,
to round out talking about the lightweights, if you're Michael
mhm.
Chandler, how do you feel about still not getting that Connor fight?
At this point, man, with Michael Chandler, just let it die, because it's not gonna happen. Even when Connor entered back into the USADA pool, that man was walking around at about 185. And for him to try to cut that amount of weight with all the juice that he's taken, with all the money that he has, Connor does not have to step in the octagon ever again But what he's doing, I feel like what Connor's doing is selling beef and raising the bona fide of the people that he's beefing with that are still in the organization. Because that's what he did for Michael Chandler. If you look at it, they did the Ultimate Fighter, and then Michael Chandler. First of all, Michael Chandler came into the UFC, had was putting on crazy fights. Then you book that, then that automatically. I mean, after they do the Ultimate Fighter, what does that do? It gets him a title shot after that beef is going
Man,
on. So, I
maybe.
mean, I'm just looking at it from a different objective point of view of maybe that's all Connor's really trying to do, because if he's not on the White House card, which if that card happens, then he's not coming back. But he's not retiring. But he's not coming back. So it's just because I think technically, I correct me if I'm wrong, he's still signed to the organization.
Yes.
So it would have to Dana would have to release him. He would have to,
And he's not. And
and
Connor's
he's
not gonna
not
fight.
doing it.
Connor's not gonna. I think Connor may come back and fight again, but I
What
think it'll
does he have
be
to? He's one of those people. There's been so much time that's passed.
just to say he did it.
I
Just like,
mean,
do you
thank
do
God
you
he
do you
finally
want?
dropped out of the rankings
Yeah,
because
but
he was in the rankings until like this year.
if you're Connor, do you want your last fight to be the way that it was?
No, you
He's got an
should.
ego. He got an ego, and I
Yeah.
think I think that leads Connor to fighting at least one more time. And if nothing else, I think Connor uses it as a teaching lesson to his kids of like, no matter what they say, no matter how many people
I'm
tell you you can't
still.
do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And I'm still the Mystic Mac.
Yeah. La 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 la. But
I got the
the only one
stand
that I
your
think he would,
fucking ground.
I think the only ones that he would come back and fight are Holloway, Gaethje, and if they do something crazy and pit Patty against him. If Patty loses to Gaethje, that could be a possible mix of a fight.
Nah, you know what? You know what brings Connor back?
No,
Nate.
nothing, dude.
That's what, because at that point you're fighting somebody who's at the same speed as you.
Yeah,
You're not coming back in and fighting any of these killers today. You're
yeah,
fighting somebody that's doing the same shit that you're doing.
yeah.
So you're at an advantage there. You can come out, look good, and go out like that. And as opposed to fighting at Ilya Taporia and just Connor, I'm not as big of a fan of you as I am Max Holloway. And when Ilya hit Max, I remember thinking like,
Connor
damn,
didn't hit Max that hard.
bro, I remember I walked outside and sat down. Connor, if he hits you like that, I'm not gonna break a thought. I'm I'll be like, oh, ooh. So
Knew
yeah,
it.
just don't just fight Nate. Nate's gonna fight eventually. I think Nate wants that Connor fight. I think
Yeah.
it sells. I think Dana could
Hmm.
sell that fight. I think you can do it maybe on a after the white card or a White House card, because if
Hmm.
you do have that, it's gonna take a lot of the big stars. And I think you could
Yes.
do a Connor and a Nate, and it sells a big pay per view event. And you can even put some
Sure.
younger fighters there. It doesn't even have to have a championship fight.
Yeah, put Raul Rosas Jr. on there. Gee whiz. Put him
Yeah,
on the White
I
House
mean
card.
you can put a bunch of guys like that on there. You can put
Put
some
Sam
guys on
Hagen
there.
on there.
You can put some guys on their way out. You can put them on
Yeah.
there so they can leave their gloves in the ring. You could do something
Yeah.
like that,
Be
bro.
nice.
It's
Be a nice gesture.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
can run through the women's divisions really quick. If
Amanda.
you
No, I'm joking.
so there's the steroid queen, Kayla Harrison, fighting at bantamweight. Juliana Pena is still ranked number one because Nunez technically hasn't came back yet. But
Ew.
I he said, ew. I don't see. I mean that's going to be really interesting to see how good Kayla Harrison is in the UFC. She's only got 2 fights under her belt, and then of course neck injury holds her out of the fight against Nunez. That division overall just doesn't look good. I mean, it's very top heavy. Even when Juliana Pena was fighting, respectfully, she wasn't that impressive with how she was fighting. But she's a scrapper. Let's see if they are able to make that fight happen in a couple months whenever Harrison is healthy.
Maybe
Because
maybe spring, summertime. I
yeah,
think that's
that
when
would
that'll get
that would
booked.
be the window of her not having to make an interim, honestly, because whenever she beat Pena, that was in July of last year.
But I don't even think they would do an interim just because nobody in that division is fucking with them.
That's true. Yeah. And then you got Valentina Shevchenko, who is the current women's flyweight champ. Lost her belt, got her belt back. Then the person that figured her out just got beat up by Natalia Silva, who, by the way, is fighting on the card tomorrow. Let's see how that turns out. Um, Aaron Blanchfield's looking good. I Rose Namajunas,
Easy.
she's looking good in her fights. Looking impressive in her fights.
There you
Uh,
go.
Rose Namajunas, my God, just fucking give it up. If she gets beat by Natalia Silva tomorrow, I kind of don't want her to fight again. Just respectfully, I just don't want her to fight.
She said in one of her interviews that if she wins this fight, she's been promised a title shot against Valentina.
But why? But why? I
Because
don't
who?
I don't
Because who
like that.
else? What else do you do with Valentina?
I think she's never Blanchfield's never fought her. Macy
I mean,
Barber's never fought her. There's
you. I
there's
mean,
fights that you can
there
make.
are, but like, what do you think happens if if Macy Barber fights Valentina Shevchenko?
The most interesting one is if Blanchfield fights her.
I'll give you
Just
that.
because her wrestling, their wrestling is the only one that it would make it
More interesting. Yeah,
more interesting. Yeah, but
it'd be
outside of that, no.
like a chance like Alexa Grasso got her. She
Yeah, I
tripped
mean
up
that's it.
and grabbed her, choked her out. Yeah, I see that.
Outside of that, yeah, I'm not seeing.
Man, what about Tracy Cortez? She probably down there training with Poton right now.
She can't really. She's not that good.
Well, when she get to striking from Poton, bro, it's over with. It's
But I
over
mean,
with.
honestly, she's not that good. She can't wrestle for shit, and Blanchfield proved that.
But when
That fight
she
was
gets
just.
them thumpers and she learns that left hook, it's over with for all you girls.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see who she fights next. And then shout out to Mackenzie Dern finally getting the belt. She's been chasing a belt her entire career because she's been top 10 in that division basically for 6 years. You know, she finally got the belt. Shouts out to her. I mean, I think Zhang
Run
Weili's
it back.
probably gonna run it
Yeah,
back.
run it back.
Probably gonna run it back.
Run it
Um,
back.
in that division is kind of the same way, man. I really don't. I mean, Tatiana Suarez. There's a couple people in there. You just look at that division and you go, I don't know.
They're still developing. I think once they start hiring more women fighters that are coming out of things like
Yeah.
the Dana White Contender Series, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to start pushing the divisions further along a lot faster.
I
And I think
agree.
some of these divisions will start to they'll start to clean up. Some girls will get some experience, and we'll see what happens. But as of right now, the champs in most of these divisions are very much far ahead. They
Yes.
are very like Valentina is so far away that it's like watching
Could
Chuck
you
Liddell in his prime.
could you argue that Valentina Shevchenko is the greatest women's
You can
mixed
argue it
martial
very
artist of all time?
you can very much argue it, and you can make a strong point. But because she lost to Amanda twice, It's going to be very hard. And I think Valentina, like I've always wanted them to run it back. I think
Yeah.
Valentina could have gotten her after that. I think um I think Valentina's striking gave Amanda problems because
Hmm.
Amanda had the problem like she would gas a little bit. She'd get
Yeah.
tired and then after she was very sloppy. And I think Valentina could have exposed that, but
I think by
you
that point she takes her to the ground
yeah.
now with her
Yes.
experience
Yeah.
in
But
the
I
fight
think
game.
I think you could definitely make a case for Valentina. I just don't think it'll stick.
Yeah, because I mean the dominance that Amanda had for five,
And
6 years.
and like
It really she got caught against Juliana Pena. She got caught,
she did,
and then
and
she gassed
it's
the
just
fuck
it's
out.
hard because like I think she had a run to get the title. Like she ran through Ronda, she ran through Holly Holm. She was running through people. After those initial title fights, I don't really think she fought. I think she was so far out of everybody's stratosphere at that point it didn't matter, and that's why the
Yeah,
Juliana Pena thing was just kind of like a that was like Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas,
yeah,
but it women like at this moment Amanda is the GOAT, but women's MMA is still relatively new. So I
mhm.
think give it another 3 to 5 years and the women's division will start to look like some of these men's division did probably around the 2010s, 2015s,
I can
where
see that
they
kind of like
stopped being yeah, because the
like a
men's
boost
divisions
in those.
yeah, because the men's division, especially once they bought the WEC, they had them. They weren't this deep. You had your
Hmm.
Dominic Cruzes, and it wasn't this deep.
Yeah, no,
And so after you bring in all that talent, it definitely gets a lot deeper. Pause.
and you see that right around like 2020 when a lot of these divisions were starting to get a lot more polished off because Joseph Benavidez was a dominant champion at one point, and I watched Davison Figueiredo beat the fuck out of him in Abu Dhabi,
Yeah,
and then
dog.
he was like, "I'm out." Like immediately, Benavidez was like, "I don't want to fight anymore. I'm tired of this." So
What would
there's
you have done?
definitely the way I would have been gone too, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the last
It's
division that we kind of have
oh,
to go over is
hold
heavyweight,
on,
brother. What?
hold on. We talked heavy. We didn't talk bantamweight, men's bantamweight, did we?
I think we kind of talked a little bit whenever we were going over pound for pound stuff. We talked about
Oh yeah, there's really nothing else
Figueredo,
because I
Cheeto
mean,
Vera,
maybe
O'Malley.
you go O'Malley Sanhagen. If, I mean,
But
obviously
I'm
Song Yadong.
tired.
Who's
I'm
winning that fight?
tired.
Who's winning that fight?
Who?
Song Yadong or Sean?
I don't know enough about Song to give my humblest opinion. However, I am a firm believer that the O'Malley hype carried him for a little bit, and then he started to get exposed with not having that much of a ground game. So, obviously, anybody, and I mean this, anybody that O'Malley fights in that division, he is going to have a height and a reach advantage, bar none. Anybody.
Yeah.
It really depends on if that fighter can close the distance and how they put the pressure on Sean, because Sean is a huge believer in step back jabs right down the button. Probably gonna put you to sleep when people rush him. But something that Cheeto Vera did to Sean could, even though that fight was very, you could argue that it was they should have
This.
stopped it.
Yeah.
However, he did something that was very telling on how you get to close that range against Sean. You just leg kick the fuck out of him.
Well, leg kicked him and then he hit him with that body shot. Once
Yeah,
he hit Corey with that or not Corey but Sean with that body shot. Corey or Sean was kind of like
Sean.
oh he was like
Yeah.
oh I don't like
So
oh shit.
yeah,
But
and then
that I mean
he couldn't put any weight on his like
yeah
left ankle at
yeah.
all. So that's the one thing that I could see. And like I said, man, I'm not trying to be an idiot and be like, yeah, Song you dog, man, he's so good.
Sean's
No,
about to put it on him. I think Song Yadong is a good fighter. I think the height difference is just gonna be too much.
yeah, I mean, I
Sean
could.
Sean will be able to because Song Yadong is going to come out and try to pressure him, and
Mm-hmm.
consistent pressure plays right into Sean. Sean gets to
Mm-hmm.
dance around, and then he gets to
He does that
jab and stay at
stupid
range.
dribble shit.
Yes, he
Yeah.
that is right into his hand. I think a controlled counterpuncher that puts pressure on Sean, but also makes Sean be the lead dance. That's where Sean struggles the most. Sean
Yeah.
doesn't like to go first.
That's very true. He is huge, huge into
Mm,
counterpunching.
yes.
Yeah, major pause. But that's all he likes to do is to counterpunch, and
Yes.
it's because he already has that reach advantage, like you said. Sean doesn't really even like to throw a lot of kicks. He likes to stay in the pocket. He likes to box, throwing body shots. Like he's gotten a lot better with his takedown defense. However, if somebody puts him in a position to where he can't get up, kind of like Marab did, he's just controlling the fight at that point. He's
I
just
feel
showing the
that.
dominance.
I feel that.
Um,
It, I think
Sorry, I'm
Marab
looking.
runs it back with Jan, and honestly, maybe you let Piotr take a break because he's going to anyways. And you know
Yeah,
Marab's
he
gonna want to
deserves
fight.
it.
You know
Yeah,
Marab's gonna want to fight again.
boy,
Hey,
too active.
1 and 2.
Yeah, Marab,
Marab
yeah, Umar.
Umar.
Yeah, I like that.
Winner gets Piotr Jan.
Run it back. I
In
like.
a set.
Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, who does sandbagging fight?
Sean, dog.
So if Sean beats Song, Corey
Give him
fights Sean.
Corey. He should not fight for the title again. He got fucking mollywopped by Marab. There's no reason to run them back, bro. We watched it twice. They're like, nah,
Yes,
dog. You have to beat somebody that tells us you deserve a fight. I don't give a
that's
damn
true.
that Piotr and Sean already has a W against him. I don't think he beat him. And
No, I don't
regardless
think
if you
so.
have a dub against somebody, like when Sean ran it back against Cheeto, I don't think that should give you a title fight. I think
No,
you need to prove to us that you deserve a title shot. So I think Sean, even if he beats Song Yadong, I think he needs to fight one more time because I think you could argue that Umar deserves it. I think you could argue that Marab deserves it. So why do I initially run it back with Sean when Sean hasn't beaten either one of them dudes?
that's true. I give you that. That's very true. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. That's a good idea. Ooh,
Mm.
with the Black Beast, pause. With Derek Lewis fighting on this card. That's on for tomorrow. Marlon, is this? I mean,
Is this
if
it
he
for him?
if he, I mean, if he gets the dub, what happens? I mean, if you're looking
Oh,
at that division,
brother. He's gonna cut a promo, and it's
because
gonna.
Waldo Cortez Acosta is ranked fifth.
Mm.
Do you run it back with Curtis Blades because he knocked Curtis Blades the fuck out? Do you give him Volkov again? Oh, guess what? He knocked out Volkov. The only the only one that he hasn't fought that is ahead of him is he hasn't fought Almeida. He hasn't fought Spivak, and he
Are you
hasn't
sure?
fought Pavlovich and Gone. Yeah, let me look.
No,
You know what?
I thought he did fight Cyril Gane. I thought Cyril Gane beat the hell out of him.
No, he did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
lost to Cyril Gone.
yeah.
So
But
let's
hey,
see.
no,
He
you just
beat.
talked me. You just talked me into Derek Lewis getting a title fight if he wins tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
So he lost to Spivak and Pavlovich. He lost to Taito Ivasa. He beat Dalkus. He lost to Gun. He beat De Lima. He lost to Jalton Almeida. He beat Nascimento and he beat Teixeira. So Derek Lewis has only lost to the people that are ahead of him, except for Curtis Blades.
Hey,
Do you
give me
run it
Curtis
back,
Blaze. Yeah, yeah, you got to, because he hit him with that upraise.
bro? He killed him with that uppercut,
I
and
remember I
then he
sent you
looked.
the Mars Simpson. Cock and wiggle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then what made it worse is he was like, "That's the ref's fucking fault. I didn't have to do that shit. I told my eye was hurt. That's why I had to leave no doubt. It's bullshit."
I had never
Herbie,
seen somebody get uppercut that hard, bro.
yeah,
Well, nah, nah. The
the
only one
bus
I
driver
think maybe
upcut.
no. Okay, so two. Well, the bus driver uppercut and whenever Francis uppercutted
Oh,
oh my god, I forgot his name.
oh no, hold on, hold on, hold
Oh,
on.
how did I
We're gonna
lose it?
get
I
there.
see his face.
Yes, hold on, hold on. Let me. Oh my
Oh,
god.
this is
Oh my
horrible.
god. I'm
This is
drawing a
horrible.
blank too.
I might have to edit
Alistair
this shit
Overeem.
out.
Alistair
Yeah, there we
Overeem.
go. I might
Alistair
have to
Overeem.
edit that out. That's
It
crazy.
took me a minute. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
because he
was
hit him in
seeing.
the
I,
ring.
yeah. He. The way he hit that nigga, his neck snapped back, bro. It was the like cleanest. It's like just the front part of his knuckles caught him
Yep.
because his follow through. It was a full on. It was a full.
The cane uppercut, dog.
Bro, he
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I think yeah, because he
You gotta
beat
run that back.
Volkov.
Yeah,
I
you
know
gotta
he
run it
beat
back.
Volkov.
You gotta run it back with
He
Curtis Blade, bro.
or Volkov, give him Volkov. I mean, you
I
can't
mean,
give him
you
Gone.
can, but
I mean,
I want to see Curtis Blades at him again. I want to see if Curtis Blades, because I feel like Curtis Blades outstruck him in the first round, and then he
yes, he
shot
was
in
going
this.
to. He didn't have to. That's the crazy part. If you watch that fight, what is Derek Lewis almost rope a dopes people. You he's done it like two
You
or three
right,
times.
you right. Yeah.
He'll sit there and back up and be like, "Oh shit," and then they get too close to him, and he starts throwing them like. He fucking he's done that like two or three fights, bro. To where he'll knock a motherfucker out for doing that. And low key, that's the reason why he said it was the ref's fault. Because I think there was like an inadvertent eye poke that Curtis Blades did. He was like, "My shit," and they were like, And then Curtis Blades rushed him and he threw that uppercut, knocked him out. And then I don't even know how Curtis Blades rolled over to his back to be like this. And then he hit him with one hammer fist.
No,
And
he
then
fell
Herb was
back.
like,
Yeah, he fell back. He uppercutted him so hard that he
"Oh
fell
yeah,
all the way
he went
back.
like this. Yeah. It ended up on his back. And then he threw the one hammer fist. And immediately he was like, "That's his fucking fault. He did that shit.
Herb, you
I
did that,
told
Herb.
it's your fucking fault, Herb. Who's the Texas in this hoe?
Nah, he
Fuck with me."
if he wins tomorrow, he's gonna cut a crazy promo. A
Yes.
crazy promo. I'm interested. I want him to win for that. I'm
Yeah.
excited. And we also we're gonna have to chat about that on Sunday about who wins. But Isaiah, quickly,
Definitely.
let's run through at least like the last two or three fights, and I want to know who you
Okay.
think is gonna win. So
Yes, sir.
let's
Let me pull up the card.
I got it already up. So let's go from. I think this is a good starting point. That way we don't go too long. Umar Nurmagomedov, or as Joe Rogan says, Umar. But versus Davison Figueredo, which is a banger in my
That is
opinion. I
a
think it's a
crazy
banger.
fight to have on a prelim. Uh,
There ain't no prelims, baby. No more pay per view. Talking about it's
but you
all
know what
one
I mean.
show.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
early
way
fight.
that is a
It's
way down on the card.
yeah.
I think that has the potential to be fight of the night.
Honestly, it does. You're dealing with a master of jiu-jitsu and a master of sambo all in the same fight. I think it's going to come down to the striking. Um, I do like the idea of Davis Figueredo winning because I can see it early on whenever I would watch him fight after he absolutely retired Joseph Benavidez. He's kind of been in and out on like his consistency with how he treats his camps, and I think he's been more focused now than he ever has. So I like the idea of him beating Umar, but I'm also a realist. I think it goes the distance. Ground control is going to play a huge factor in it, and the feet is gonna play like who outstrikes who. But I can see it being like a split decision fight. If you want me to be honest with you, that's my take.
But who wins? You want
Man,
Davidson? Give me, give me Iguodala.
give me Umar
But
Iguodala.
yeah, give me Umar Iguodala actually, because
I
I
like
think
that.
this, I think striking it'll be a good back and forth, and I think eventually Umar just grabs a leg, and I
I
think
like
that's
that.
how, yeah, I think that's how it ends. But next,
I agree.
Arnold Allen, John Silva.
I want Jean Silva to win just for what he did to Bryce Mitchell. We'll see because his striking is very good. Wrestling is very good as well. Arden Allen has been in the game for a while. It really just depends on the ground. I think again, but give me John Silva. Give me John Silva.
Well, Isaiah, are you making a prize picks or a DraftKings card about this? You know what I'm saying? You gonna put?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking
Yeah, I
about
might, I
picking it.
might, I might cut a parlay on this mug and see what happens. We can chat about. Give me John Silva as well. I wanted to go Arnold Allen. I do think Arnold Allen can win this fight, but I do think this fight it gets taken to the ground quite a bit. But we'll see.
Yes. Yep. We'll
Okay,
see.
Natalia Silva versus Thug Rose.
Gi- Give
Give
me
me.
Natalia Silva, please, for 400 minus 400.
I think.
If Rose doesn't hit her with a head kick, yeah, I think she's going to get beat up. Natalia Silva striking very polished. Rose is not
Give
that
me.
good on
Give.
the ground.
Give me Rose. Give me Rose split decision.
Okay, okay,
Give me Rose split decision.
okay, okay.
Waldo Cortez Acosta versus the Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
Look, I'm tell you one
Houston,
time in this
Houston,
motherfucker.
Houston, Texas, it is home.
I'm gonna tell you one time in this motherfucker. Straight up, I'm
Hey,
gonna knock
my
this nigga
ball,
out.
my balls is hot.
My balls is hot. I'm gonna knock this
Joe,
nigga out
Joe,
straight
this
up.
this rant was too long. I was tired when I got in the ring. Houston, Texas, it is home. He hit me with a shot, and I almost shit on myself, Joe. So I had to knock this
Yo,
one
low,
out.
yo, low key, Joe. I've been smoking too many black and miles and shit.
Man, shit, I'm
My
trying to get
gas
home
tank
to
fucked up.
I'm trying to get back to the house so I can get back on my wife. Shit.
Ground and pound.
Grab the pad. Grab the pad.
No, low key. I think the odds are really good in this fight. It really. This is enough. I'm good. It's sounding like it's a repeat, bro. Derek Lewis can't wrestle if Waldo Cortez Acosta takes to the ground.
It's over with.
Yeah, because Derek Lewis hates fighting from. He hates wrestling. He hates it. So if they in the stand up, give me Derek Lewis all day.
I
Okay.
was about to say, just because of that Curtis Blades ass whooping uppercut, give me Derek Lewis, dog.
Yeah.
This fight is in
Straight
Vegas.
up,
He fights.
Vegas.
He fights, bro.
We
He
in this
fights.
bitch.
He fights well. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. And if the sport is rigged, Derek Lewis by knockout, baby, it's rigged. Uh,
Which would make his lead for the most knockouts in UFC history
brother, he's
a
about to.
7 knockout lead, my guy.
Sure, you can. Um, Co-main, Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong.
Just because Song Yadong lost by unanimous decision against Piotr Yan and Piotr walk him down Yan,
Shorter, baby.
the way that he was able to beat Marab, I think Song Yadong is battle tested. Look, give me Song Yadong in this fight.
I, well, I already said it earlier in the pod, so go ahead and give me Corey. I think Corey just he I
Well,
think
it's
Song Yadong
Sean,
is.
but
Oh
yeah,
God,
I
brother.
understand.
Yeah,
You
they're the
done it a couple
same
times.
guy. They're the
No,
same guy.
no. Corey is a better mixed martial artist, and I'll die on that hill.
He might be, but they're the same guy, just different.
No.
Um, yeah, like Corey is Sean, but from like Colorado. Sean is like
From Montana.
who is from Montana?
Sean O'Malley.
Oh God. Man,
Yeah. I mean, he lives in
It's different.
Arizona.
It's different. Internet is different. He grew up on that California stuff. That's him, bro.
He's from
He has that
Montana.
vibe, bro. He reminds me of like John Elway. I don't know, whatever, bro. It's me.
I,
Anyways,
I got you.
the main
Last fight
of the main event of the evening.
of the evening.
Did you know he was from Oklahoma?
Just a Gaethje?
No, the Buffers.
Both of them?
I think both of them or one of them is
Oh,
from like
because aren't they
Tulsa.
like?
They're
Yeah,
twins.
they're like.
Yeah,
No, they're not twins.
they're
They're not
brothers.
twins.
I thought
They're
they were
brothers,
twins,
but they were like.
separated or some shit. And
Yeah, they didn't
everybody
really
else,
realize.
and everybody else in
New.
the world knew as soon as we seen them. It's like,
Yeah,
y'all
they
both
even
do the
sound
same
the same.
thing. Like, come on, bro.
Come
I thought
on.
it was the first nigga the whole time. If we're being
Yeah,
honest,
Michael.
I thought it was Bruce the entire time. Like Michael, yeah, from
Yeah, because
boxing
Michael
matches. Like,
did boxing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I thought it was
Are you
Michael the
ready
whole
to
time. I thought he just
rumble?
aged. I just thought
Yeah,
he aged, but
you're like,
whatever.
man, he's been in the gym and
Yeah, like, oh damn,
he
okay, I
just
see you been
aged
eating
up a
your
little bit.
vegetables. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
but Patty Pimblett, Justin Gaethje, I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
go out on a limb and say, give me
Justin
Justin
Gaethje.
Patty Pimblett. Yeah, I'm
Just
not just. I
Justin
love
Gaethje,
Justin,
Patty
but
Pimblett.
yeah, just Justin is. I don't know. I think Patty's gonna press him against the cage and wear him out. I think Gaethje will have moments, and maybe he hits him with a couple of shots early. Patty has shown that he can take shots. I think that like a lot of those shots that Justin hit people with early in his career that they would go down at. I don't think people go down on those same shots anymore. And I don't
Yeah,
know if that's because he's older, but I do think that Patty will be able to absorb those shots. I
I
think he
agree.
walks him
And
down.
there is something very interesting that Patty Pimblett said in one of the interviews that he did. He said everybody's worried about the leg kicks. He doesn't even fucking throw them anymore. He's right. Justin Gaethje really doesn't throw the leg kicks like he used to
He's
at the
gonna come
volume
out.
that he.
Look, here's the special thing with Patty, bro. I think Patty just talked him into that because he's gonna come out and throw leg kicks now. He's gonna watch.
Yeah,
He's gonna come out and throw leg kicks, and Patty's gonna start laughing at him. And he's gonna be like, "Yeah, mate, I told you, come throw this, huh?
your leg kicks are shit.
I'm scared that we don't get knocked out. I just
Your
get
leg kicks are
fired up.
shit. I told him the leg kicks were gonna be shit,
They're gonna
and
be
they were.
shite. They were shite.
I honestly, I like the confidence that Patty has coming into this fight. I think it's going to be very entertaining one way or the other. You got your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, and then you got the guy that is in the beginning stages of a Connor level meteoric rise. So I like Patty in this fight because age is on his side. He's hungry, humble, and entertaining. And he's just been training his ass off to get his striking up. Because when Patty first came in, Patty was taking motherfuckers to the ground and submitting them.
Yeah.
And then he fought Jared Gordon or Kyler Gordon, and everybody wasn't sure if he won that fight. So he started to polish up his striking, and then he could always fall back on his wrestling. And also, a good way to sell the fight, he was like, he might be a Division One wrestler, but I wrestle.
Yeah.
And I think in the sense of like the training that goes into where Justin was, at this point, Justin got a scholarship to be a D1 wrestler, bro, almost 20 years ago. Versus the advances in the sport that there are today, it's very different. Patty's wrestling to fight versus wrestling to score points and get victories. They are two different things, especially in mixed martial arts. So, give me Patty, man. I mean, the odds aren't crazy in his favor. They're not
I'll make him
betting
shift
on.
right now.
He said, "I'll make
If
him shift
Patty
right now."
loses, I'll bust out 10 push-ups as soon as we start the pod on Sunday.
I like that. I like that idea.
Because
That's good.
when I see Justin Gaethje, what I see is Chuck Liddell on the way out. I see someone
Yeah.
who relied on his power and he used his wrestling in a counterproductive way of if you can't take me down, you have to bang with me. Now you have guys that will still take
We'll
you
take
down.
you down.
And and then once they gas you out, then they'll walk you down.
Yeah,
That's the theme of this show. If you don't know at this point,
walk them
motherfuckers is
down,
walking you down.
walk
So
them down.
I'm, I'm pretty sure that we will be seeing Patty will walk Justin Gaethje down.
Well, especially by the time Gaethje fought Khabib, that was the ultimate, man. Your wrestling ain't what it was. I mean, to be honest with you,
It
I mean,
it is
yes, it's Khabib.
it's well
Yes, it's
no
Khabib.
it's just MMA wrestling is different than wrestling.
Yeah.
And DC has always talked about it, where he's like, if we were truly American wrestling, a lot of these guys, I would manhandle them. But it's
Hmm.
MMA wrestling is completely different. And
Hmm.
so, yes, Justin was a D1 wrestler. That don't mean these dudes won't ragdoll you, do. Like
For real.
that's just what it is.
Because there is no positions that you have to start in. There is no, you know, fouls
Well, it's
for.
you can knock a motherfucker out without
Yeah.
engaging at all. So
Yeah.
they can't just sit here and defend the takedown the whole time because you
Hmm.
can head kick them into oblivion. So there's
And
so much more
if
that
they
you have to
start
worry about.
fighting your hands, you can just fucking slap a choke on them.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
just get fucked out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's so much more that you have to worry about as far as like MMA wrestling rather than just regular wrestling. So with Justin, he just he tries to make people not take him down so he can stand up. That's
Yeah.
cool. Patty has improved so much on his feet.
Yeah.
Patty will throw those John Jones straight up the pipe kicks.
Hmm.
He'll throw oblique kicks. He keeps
Hmm.
distance so he can explode. And then usually once he explodes, this is crazy, but he explodes on you up against the cage. And now he's got a hold of you. I'll pause. I can't even say that with a straight face.
No.
But that's what it is. Like I just think Patty does a
Yeah.
good job of controlling the distance and getting to the positions he
Yes.
wants to.
And man, people, there's that. I don't think there's ever been a knock on his gas tank. In the sense of people were very worried about how he would look against Chandler because that was a main event fight, 5 rounds. But he's very um he's got quick twitch like reactions. He's got a lot of speed that if he wants to get in position to set something up, he could do it pretty quick. He's very good at that. So I don't know. Give me Patty, man. Like I said, the odds ain't great, but
You gonna bust out 10 push-ups too?
if Patty loses, I'll
Yeah,
just
I
10
bet.
push-ups.
Bet. We can't tell Cameron until after we finish if we both lose. He'll find
Dang,
out
man.
if he watches.
Because I low key, I feel like Cameron's probably picking Gaethje just because it's a familiar name,
Oh, facts. Facts.
and you know what I mean. Like, we're trying to get Cameron into it a little
Look,
bit
I'm
more.
a text him right now. He's not gonna text back. We ain't gonna be able to catch him, but I'm gonna ask him and just see what he says so me and you both know. But Isaiah, as we
Yes,
part
sir.
ways in this cold weather before we touch base again on Sunday morning, what do you
Yes,
want to
sir.
leave the listeners with?
It's the new era of the UFC. I know this is very UFC predicated podcast. We didn't. I don't think we talked about anything else. Hella focused on it. Keep listening. Keep giving us an opportunity to really, entertain y'all. And last thing I'm gonna leave the people with is Troy Aikman is the perfect storm of being an asshole.
Hey, we can talk about Troy on Sunday. That's great. I want to talk about some of those head coaches and stuff. But what I want to leave the listeners with before we part ways 1738.
He's
Huh?
out.